Penguin Random House Audio presents The Buddha and the Badass, The Secret Spiritual Art of Succeeding at Work by Vishen Lakhiani, read for you by Vikas Adam. To Hayden and Eve, first and foremost, and to my family, Christina, Rup, Lyubov, Mohan, Virgo, for my team at Mind Valley, and all the amazing authors and students across the world who we live to serve. Before you begin, know that this book may challenge some of your deeply held beliefs about life. I always write about a topic with the intention to disrupt. In other words, to wedge new ideas into your mind in between the normal stream of thoughts you run on autopilot. Awareness sets you free. New ideas that you never even had an inkling of are gateways to becoming a bigger, better, more powerful version of yourself. And that benefits not just yourself, but also your family, your community, and the world. My friend, the great philosopher Ken Wilber, popularized the importance of worldviews in his work on integral theory. You can simplify his work and determine that the readers and listeners of this book will fall in one of the four following worldview categories. Depending on your worldviews, certain aspects of this book will appeal to you, and others might affront you. You could be a rationalist, in which case, you'll love the business ideas in this book, but scoff when I speak of the magic of the mind, intuition, or listening to your soul. You could be a traditionalist, in which case, you'll love anything that reminds you of your spiritual beliefs, but may feel threatened when I talk about questioning culture and traditional rules. Or you could be a green, which means you might also be a spiritual junkie, and you'll love the talk of magic, but maybe dread the sections on taking action and running a business. Finally, you might be viewing this from the integral level. This means you are open-minded and can integrate all these worldviews without feeling your ego is threatened, by picking and choosing what resonates with you. This is the most productive way to read or listen to this book. That's because this is not a traditional book on entrepreneurship or business. The world is changing fast. When I started out teaching meditation in 2003, I had to hide my career from friends. Today, meditation companies have valuations of over $1 billion. And today, when I meet with the upper echelon of people in government, sports, Hollywood, Silicon Valley, and business, they privately share their deep spiritual beliefs and how they no longer see their work and their career from a strict material point of view. Many have gone on record to publicly share this. My appreciation to the R&B star Miguel, who spoke in Billboard magazine about using my 6-phase meditation before his concerts. More on this in Chapter 5. And to Tony Gonzalez, the famous football star, for doing the same in countless interviews. Also, to Bianca Andreescu, who, after beating Serena Williams in the US Open at the age of 19, endorsed my work and book to the press as a tool she used. Billionaires and game-changing entrepreneurs are talking about some of the controversial ideas from this book in private. And my goal is to make this conversation more public, because now is the time. And so this book is designed to disrupt the way you see the world and to give you the tools to shift the world through cognitive changes in your mind. In short, it creates a transformation. Once you see the patterns this book unveils, you cannot unsee them. Depending on your worldview, you will either love this book or hate this book. That's by design. It's because we grow through discomfort or insight, but never through apathy. You may have found this book in the business section at a bookstore, though honestly, I don't know if it truly belongs in that section. Indeed, this book is about the way we work today, because the way we work is utterly broken. But let me warn you that this book is not about business in any conventional sense. It's about transforming the way you work from the inside out, and how that internal change can ripple out to change the world. So, what is this book? It's about the mastery of your work and your life, whether you're launching a startup, at the helm of a major organization, or only starting your first job. It's for someone who's pouring their energy into a job that doesn't feed their soul, or conversely for someone who has an incredible vision for their company, but can't figure out how to expand it to a world-changing level. My first book, The Code of the Extraordinary Mind, accidentally became a Bible for athletes across the world because it explored performance. This book explores teamwork, running a business, and making a dent in the universe. I'd like it to be a Bible for changing the nature of work. Disrupting the rules. Bullshit rules. If you know me already, you understand that's what I'm about. We all live by a set of rules that are conditioned into us. These beliefs are fire-hosed into our psyches by our parents, teachers, culture, governments, and the media. In The Code of the Extraordinary Mind, I created a name for these beliefs. Brules. It stands for bullshit rules. They are all around us, and when we don't question them, they trap us. They can rob us of a fuller version of life that we could be tapping into. Now it's time to disrupt your long-held rules around work. Why? Well, because if you're the average person in the developed world, you spend 70% of your waking hours there. And if you're the average person, you're also miserable at your job because of these rules, which is simply not an acceptable state of affairs for your one shot at life. More on that later. Now, I'm not a business consultant, but I was once a struggling entrepreneur with a penchant for questioning rules. As I experimented with disrupting some of the traditional rules on how work was meant to function, I created a business, workplace, and life that is beyond extraordinary. My research lab was my own life and company, and I've codified everything I've learned here into how-to steps. I've learned that when work is tuned to what we're passionate about, it ceases to be work. What you must understand is that no matter your station, you possess incredible unique powers that you must learn to use. Hard work and hustle as a path to success are a modern myth. Inside you is a spirit and a soul that many of us refuse to unleash into the domain of work. But this is a rule. When we bring an awakened mind to work, magic happens. Now, let's go deep about that word, magic. Some of the ideas I share in this book are in the realm of the spiritual. In other words, they cannot, yet, be proven by science. I will speak of the soul, intuition, synchronicity, and bending reality. Keep an open mind. If you think these ideas are BS, remember that men like Steve Jobs, whom we see as one of the greatest creators and CEOs of all time, embraced them. If these ideas really don't resonate with you, hand this book over to someone who may benefit, because getting these ideas into practice matters. We need to fix work. We are operating inside old obsolete models. According to Gallup, 85% of workers hate their job. Most people are living their lives doing work they don't love to earn money to afford to live lives they don't love. Far worse, they lie to themselves about it. They pretend they semi-enjoy what they do to earn a paycheck. An alien species watching planet Earth would think, "What is wrong with these creatures?"
Sample complete. Ready to continue?